Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you here. If today is your very first time, you're welcome. This is the channel where we talk about everything on etiquette, lifestyle, and business. Today I want us to look at how to respond to common job interview questions. There are particular questions that are asked in almost every job interview. They are crucial questions. So your response will determine if they're going to actually hire you. Remember, you've submitted your CV. Your CV has made an impact. Bravo. Your CV must have reviewed. You have ideal skill set and experience for the particular job in question. You've scaled through that step of screening process. They have now invited you to the next stage, which is a one-on-one interview, which can be physical or virtually via Zoom or any other platform they decide to use. But most importantly, you're going to have people opposite you asking you questions. They want to know your personality. They want to know who you are. They want to know what you're actually going to bring on the table. Remember, anyone can send in a fancy CV. That is why they are now called, they've seen the CV. It's impressive. You've made an impact. That's why they're now calling you to come and tell us, are you really fit for this job? So there are common questions that a lot of interviewers will always ask. Number one on that list would always be, tell us a little about yourself. I know you've heard that, right? Remember, I must say that from the door, as you walk into the space for your interview, remember you're being assessed. So you must ensure you're making the right impression, you're making the right impact. They're looking at your non-verbal communication, they're looking at your verbal communication, the way you're seated, the way you smile, the way you respond to questions, how comfortable, how at home are you? Are you tensed? They want to see how street smart you are. They want to see how you'll be able to handle real life scenarios, not what is written on the CV. So this particular part of the interview is very important. So this is where you bring your A game. This is where you sell yourself at this point. So let's look at one of the top questions they always ask. Tell us a little about yourself. Now, in response to that question, you need to be brief, no epistle. Remember, you need to, in 2 to 3 minutes, highlight your key accomplishments. Those key accomplishments are the things you're bringing to the table, and that is why they need to hire you. So focus on those things. So we can say something like this. I've held accounting jobs in Impeccable Lounge for the last 5 years, primarily working in the internal system audit roles. And recently, I've worked as a senior internal system audit manager in a textile company, overseeing other ISA managers. Then you can say something like this. I'm looking forward to expanding my experience across other industries. That's it. No long story. You see how we've been able to hit certain accomplishments. Then of course you're projecting. This is why I want to come here. I want to be able to expand my experience in various industries. Brief, no long story. Now, another important question, common question that is always asked, why do you want to work here? Remember, always do your research. Before you go for any interview, you must do a thorough research on the particular role you're applying for and the organization. Now, if you have anybody in that particular organization, please feel free to ask them, oh, this role, what is this role, or what is the job description for this role? they'll be able to give you direct responses. You can ask them more. You can go onto the website to find out about the company, or if you know anybody there, you ask them questions. But if not, go on the internet, explore, research. So we can give a response like this. I've studied about this particular role and the responsibilities, and I believe that I have the right skill set and experience to take this role and give it a high standard. And also, I've been looking forward to this kind of challenge. It's a new challenge, and I've been looking forward to it. That will help me to be able to explore and be able to achieve the things I've always wanted to achieve. Then you can talk about the company. You can say something like this. I have studied this organization for the last few months and have seen the excellent customer service you provide. You always listen to your customers. You have done well. I looked at your balance sheet at the end of the year. You did excellently well, and I want to be part of that success story. And that's why I'm here today. I think that's an excellent response. No long story. Remember, every employer wants somebody who is proactive, wants somebody who is passionate. Listening to you, they will know you have actually done some homework. You've actually done some research about them, and you've done some research on the role you are applying. Now, another common question always asked most times will be, why should I hire you? Why should we employ you? That's another common question. Now, your response, remember, it's all about your confidence. It's all about your personality. You don't have to, you're not perfect. Remember that. They're taking a chance on you, but remember, it's the first impression you make, which is the lasting one. So, in responding to this question, you must be confident, because it's an intimidating one. Why should we hire you? So you must be confident, you must be concise with your response, you must stay focused. Don't beat about the bush. So, for example, why should they hire you? You believe you're the right fit for the role. And you would definitely deliver results on the job. Take it a step further. You let them know that your skill set and experience perfectly aligns with the job description they have detailed, and that you believe you're the best fit for this role. And of course, with your wealth of experience in internal system audit you've had over the last 7 years in the textile industry and in the consulting industry, gives you an advantage to deliver on this role. Concise, focused, brief, and deliver it with so much confidence. Every employer loves passionate people, loves people who are confident. You're sure of yourself. You can make an error, but you see, you're sure of yourself. So in every response you're giving, remember, no long stories. Be confident. Be at home. That is why as you speak, you smile, and be brief in each of your responses. Very, very important. Now, another important and common question always asked is, where would you be in the next 5 years? What do you see yourself achieving, accomplishing in the next 5 years? Here you have to be very careful, because they are seeing how loyal you would be. They don't want to hire somebody in the next 5 years, you're moving out to another company. They want to see someone in the next 5 years, you're helping to build their company. So in your response, be honest, be realistic, but stay in focus in the role you are applying for. As I said, they're looking at somebody. This question, they want to find out how loyal you are. Are you looking at jumping out in the next 2 years? In the next 3 years, you're off. They don't want to hire that kind of a person that will not add value. They want somebody that will come and build and produce results, and that means in the next 5 years, they expect to still see you here. So in your response, you must show that you are ambitious, that you are loyal. This question actually just wants to see how loyal you're going to be. So ensure in your response. For example, you could start out with things like, I see myself being able to head a small unit in the next 5 years. I see myself being a team lead of major projects in the next 5 years. I see myself growing with the organization and seeing us do great things within this 5 years. So you must always reveal that you have come to stay for a long period of time. Loyalty. So that must be your watchword in this response. As I said, be honest, because any employer can read in between the lines. You must be ambitious. You must be realistic in your response and stay focused on the role you're applying for in that response. And above all, remember what they're looking out for: loyalty. Are you coming to stay? Are you jump? They don't want to invest in somebody in the next 2 years you're off. In the next 2 years you're off. In the next 1 year you're off. No, they're looking to invest in somebody who will come to stay for a long period of time. So give them what they want. Let them understand you're loyal, you've come to stay, and you want to build with them. Very important. Now, finally, I think we've looked at 4 questions already. Now, finally, another very common question is, what is your salary expectations? How much should we pay you? That question is always asked in every interview. At this point, you need to be smart. Remember, do your research. Go on the internet. Find out what is being paid for that role presently. Remember, don't undervalue yourself. Never do that in your response, because you remember you're bringing a wealth of experience, your skill set to the table. Never undervalue yourself, but you need to be smart. Do not also overvalue yourself. Have a balance. Ensure you make a presentation that is solid. Don't overvalue yourself. How would you achieve that? Do your research. Go on the internet. Ask in the same industry. Find out what is being paid to people of that particular role. Ask around. By the time you finish asking around, you will definitely have a good response of what is obtainable at that time. That should be your pitch when responding to that question. And again, another thing, which is a nice rule, simply smile. I'm open to negotiation. That's it. So you don't seem too rigid in the response. Tell them with a smile, I'm open to a negotiation. Because you know what you're bringing to the table, you know you're solid, you know you have the right skill set, you know you have the depth of experience, so you know you're good for that job. So present yourself like that. They will know you've done they will just know you have done your homework, because the particular figure you're presenting, they know that is what industry is offering already. So they're not going to give you a lower offer. But of course, you're not smart, like as I said, finally, you're open to a negotiation. Remember, it takes more than a CV to get that job. So do your research, conduct yourself properly, ensure that you've dressed for the occasion. It's a job interview, not a party. Ensure that your body language speaks right. Ensure that you're communicating right. Make the right eye contact. Be polite. At the end of that interview, remember to say thank you. Also, you can be very professional about it. You can send an email if that is available or that was given to you. Send them an email thanking them for the opportunity they have given you. Ensure that you always stand out. That's the idea. Remember, there are other people being interviewed. So do the little things that would show that you're different, that will show that you're the right person for that job. Say thank you. Take it a step further. If you have the email address, send an email to whoever or to the particular unit that have interviewed you, thanking them for the opportunity they have given you. I hope some of these tips can actually help you for your next job interview, or you're the one interviewing, whichever way. Thank you for watching. I hope these videos are adding value, and if they're adding values, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Finally, my course is out. How to monetize and create multiple streams of income. I'm going to attach it in the description below. Please kindly go ahead, click on the link, and it will take you to the site where you can actually make your purchase. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.